Hello and welcome back to a brand new episode of everyone's favorite show, of everyone's favorite podcast.
There we go.
What do I usually say?
Everyone's favorite podcast. You do say everybody's favorite podcast.
No. Hello and welcome back to another episode of everyone's favorite podcast, the Critical Arcade Podcast. I'm your co-host, Nick.
And I'm Dave.
Hello, Dave.
Hello, Nick. Are you well?
Yes, I am well. I just took a nice, refreshing shower. But it obviously didn't wake me up enough.
No, well, it depends on, were you the first to get into the shower or the last in the family to get in the shower? Because those are two different showers.
Yes.
like I said, one of them is fun. The other one, it will wake you up faster.
It will. But I don't think it did wake me up.
Shame.
Depending on the cold open, it's gonna make sense or not.
Yeah, that's very much so. This could be a very strange cold opening.
Yeah. But anyway, this week we had the immense pleasure of finally playing a new game. Oh, I just love myself some new games.
I think everyone does, fundamentally.
Right.
Everybody loves themselves a new, shiny, new game.
Ooh, so shiny. Ooh, so bouncy. Not bouncy.
New. Yeah, I'm trying to think what I could say on top of bouncy. But the best thing about this game is of course, it was given to us, sponsored to us.
Yes,
handed
this
to
game.
us.
I was checking it out. According to the definition of a sponsor, right, you're given either a monetary value, something of monetary value, or resources.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
And I think everyone's hung up on the monetary value bit. But
Yes,
even
I think
just
most
a
people
resource,
are. No, I agree.
like a game in this case, that counts as a sponsorship.
Yes, so we were sponsored by a company called Gamefinity.
Yes, although maybe I should double check with
It's true.
But yes, thank you Gamefinity and Warner Brothers Studios for giving the review code for Mortal Kombat 1, this week's review game. And it's brand new. Very cool.
But strangely enough, like I said, it still bugs me it's called Mortal Kombat 1.
Right? I think it bugs a lot of people.
Yeah.
Like it went from Mortal Kombat 11, which is essentially just two ones, to Mortal Kombat 1, which is just one. It fits a step backwards.
I know, and there's so much lore in the Mortal Kombat universe. I know there's comics and all that, and there's so much backstory, and then to restart it to 1 again, like, it even confused me. And the last Mortal Kombat game I played was on the Sega Mega Drive. It was,
oh wow,
I think either Mortal Kombat 2 or 3. I can't remember which one that was. Years and years and years ago.
Yeah.
But yeah, well, like we're in an era where remakes and reboots are the thing, right?
Yes, that's essentially what Nintendo's doing for the past, 4 or 5 years.
There was actually an interesting letter from the head of Xbox yesterday or the day before, where he points out that the gaming space is all reboots and remasters because it's too expensive to make unique IPs anymore.
Yes,
because they're making too much money off just rebooting things, so no one's really doing it.
It's just a safer alternative because they know, this formula has proven to work. Let's just put a shiny new coat on.
That's right. No, it's literally how the industry's going, which is scary. It's
Otherwise, you'll gamble between something like Redfall or Starfield.
No, that's actually right. And it is nowadays a huge gamble. The amount of money they're putting into these games, even to make like Redfall, for example, that still cost millions and millions to make.
Yes.
And we all know it wasn't great. And so that type of gamble could, maybe not that studio, but most gaming studios will cripple them. It can't release.
It definitely could. I think it was Arcane Studios. I think the reason Arcane Studios didn't fold was because they're owned by Microsoft.
Exactly right. But then if you looked at the studio that did Saints Row, the new one.
Oh, shame, man.
They crumbled afterwards because they made bad game.
Are they Volition?
Yeah, I think it was called Volition. And
or Silver something. Anyway.
Yeah, either way, they crashed. But anyway, we're in a whole rebooting era, it seems, in regards to computer games and movies and the like. And today we get to see if Mortal Kombat was a good one or not.
Spoiler alert, it was!
It wasn't bad. I must admit. It was developed by a company called NetherRealms, which I'm sure lots of people know of. It's not unheard of. They've done a few Mortal Kombats in the past and are the team behind the Injustice games.
Correct.
The Marvel,
the Injustice Gods Among Us games. There are two of those. Yeah, that's it. Sorry, that's true. They're good. They're good. Yes. And they've also made in 2008 they made the PS3 game DC versus Mortal Kombat.
Oh, I remember that one.
It's all the DC bros against the Mortal Kombat chads.
I remember that was okay. It wasn't remarkable,
right? Yeah.
But it was an okay game. Yeah, it's true.
I think it's from that game that they got the idea of Injustice.
Yes, I think so. Yeah, because I remember that the Marvel versus Mortal Kombat or DC versus Mortal Kombat is when they had the first time they did the level changes. Where you could kick someone through a window and then you fall down to the courtyard. Yeah, I remember that.
That's so cool. Yes, then you as Batman kick Superman and he goes flying because that makes a lot of sense. And then all of a sudden you're on the moon.
Yeah, that was cool.
Very cool. But you need to switch your brain off.
Yes, that's the thing. Yes, you really do. But to be honest with you, fighting games, that part of your brain you generally have to switch off anyway. It's more button combinations and
yes, but the functioning part of your brain that sounds weird. The part where you need to think, you need to concentrate, that needs to be turned up to 11.
Yes, I know, very much so. You know, it's the same as when I was young. All the special moves that you're supposed to pull off, all the I'm like, I could do it 1 in 10. Maybe, if I'm lucky. I'm done. I swear I'm pushing the buttons the same way every single time, but it only works 1 in 10, give or take.
And it's that happened to me this time again.
Yeah.
I'm pushing the buttons.
I swear. Yeah,
I'm pushing R1. Why is he jumping?
Yeah, I know. But,
it makes no sense, but anyway.
Let's jump into narrative, shall we?
Let's do it. So the narrative for Mortal Kombat 1 is a reboot of the entire Mortal Kombat universe. If you've been following the Mortal Kombat story up until this point, this is a hard reset. Or that's what they'd like you to think.
Yeah, it's a lot of origin stories as well. You know,
yes.
It's a twist and it's a change on their origin stories, but it is a lot of different origin stories of all the characters that you love or grew up with, or even a bunch of them I didn't even know who they were because I haven't played the Mortal Kombat games recently.
Same. But I did enjoy. You're right. It is a ton of origin stories, which everyone likes. It's an easy point to get into the story.
Yes, I agree.
Right. This is a very accessible game, lore-wise, because they introduce everyone like they're new characters.
Yes, they actually did that quite seamlessly. They actually did do enough plot points in the narrative to bring in new characters that actually seemed relatively worthwhile, not just slapped on. Right?
Yes.
There actually was story development, and you went, "Oh, that's what he is," or "Ooh, that's what she is."
And character development, actual development. You would, if those who play Mortal Kombat, they know Kenshi is a blind mystical swordsman.
Yes.
At the start of the game, he's just a ninja. That's it. He's even a bit disgraced, really.
He is. No, he's downtrodden, isn't he? His clan's disbanded, or he's trying to bring them back together. And, no, that was a cool little story. To be honest with you, my Mortal Kombat knowledge is so far behind. I had no idea who he was. I was like, okay, guy with sword.
Guy with sword.
That's
agreed. Cool. Totally. But when I looked at the roster in like the local play, he was blind and he had mystical powers. What? That made no sense until I played the story even further.
Right. That's right.
And I really, really liked that all these characters were cool, but in the story they were made who they are. They were made into the people who you recognize.
Each one, Raiden got his powers, and Raiden's friend got his bladey hat.
Bladey hat.
And like I said, For me, the in theory, this game's actually got about 3 narratives, right? You got the main cinematic movie-esque narrative, the story mode,
yes,
which was
the story mode, basically.
Yeah, which was actually very good. You know, I haven't played fighting games in such a long time. This played out like a movie. It was actually quite gripping. It was quite interesting. I even liked how they seamlessly kind of went into the fight bits, you know, adding to the story and everything like that. Then you have, what's it called? Invasions?
Yep,
which was
Invasions.
And bit light on the narrative, fundamentally. It's more of a board game, I suppose you'd say.
Yeah, okay. It's a board game in some of the areas that you might recognize from the story mode, but there's no... It's there's just you just walk around this area and there's some light dialogue.
That's what I mean.
Fights.
It's kind of pieced together with a bit of logic, but it is like you said. It's just fights and then more challenging fights as the game goes on. They get special shields and special blocks and stuff like that.
And if anyone's like me, and they were thinking, "Wow, these stages I'm fighting on look cool. I want to walk around in these places." That's exactly what Invasions is.
Yeah, that's
it's
right.
on a board game type layout, but you get to walk around in Johnny Cage's house.
That's right.
How cool is that?
Comedy stuff where you walk around Johnny Cage's house and you'll see Katana or someone playing the PlayStation or something just because they've never seen one before. There were a lot of little tiny little things each place just that was comical and witty, I suppose.
Yes, definitely.
And then you had what's it called? Tower mode. Was it called Tower mode? What's the other mode?
I think it is towers. Yeah, that's the classic.
Yeah, right.
You are just climbing the ladder, fighting this guy, then this guy, then this guy, and you unlock endings.
Yeah, that was fundamentally what fighting games always used to be for me. Right. That's what that I was used to. This progressive fight, and then you either got a little movie or a little picture at the end that said, and then Raiden went on. And that's what this kind of is. The towers were that.
So they've still got that.
Yeah, I like that they kept that, I guess, for the older players, because you get that weird catch-em-all type aspect where you want to find out the end story for each one of the characters, because it's a bit different.
Of course.
Of
course they did that.
Which is a nice change in regards to the story mode is actually very good. I also loved the story modes. I won't go into spoilers, but the ending of the story mode was very fun and insane, right?
I did that last night.
Oh, wow.
I immediately wanted to do it again.
Yes,
I instantly wanted to do that final level again. It's so good.
Yeah, and that's another thing. They've built a gameplay. Granted, my hands-on fighting game experience is quite low. The last game I played, I think, was Fighters Z or Z, depending on where you come from.
Z, yeah.
But the story reminded me of playing the 1995 movie, which is my favorite movie.
Is that Annihilation?
No, it's the one before that. There was just Mortal Kombat. Annihilation is weird. Annihilation is also good, bad. Don't get me wrong. That movie's a bit strange. But I love the story. I didn't even know fighting games were putting stories like this in fighting games, because I've always stayed away from them, because I always figured most people, I might be wrong, as they get older, kind of slowly fall out of love of fighting games. I know a few people I've spoken to that when they're teenagers, they're really into it. They're really into the skill and the throws and the combat and stuff like that. And I remember I was as a teenager. We had Tekken, Dead or Alive, Mortal Kombat itself. And I remember I used to play those for hours. I really did. But as an older person, I don't have that anymore. So I'm always intrigued. Is that just me, or do most people slowly develop out of the fighting genre?
I think it is most people. Yeah. Obviously, there's a ton of people that still enjoy fighting games. I think the success of this game just goes to show exactly that. There's a ton of people that still love fighting games, old and young. But I must agree with you. I think there's a lot of people that kind of, I'm not going to say get too old for fighting games.
No.
And I'm not going to say get too mature for fighting games either, because that's not the case. I just think the fast-paced gameplay loop this, of just punching and kicking, I think some people just get over it quicker than others.
Yes, that's probably a nicer way of putting it, because even playing this game, like I said, the narrative is brilliant. The tower thing is the old school way of doing it, which was classic. The board game part was kind of all right.
That's fun. I think that's fun. They even give you a zoom in mechanic. You're walking around Johnny Cage's house and you're zooming in on parts of it. I think it's neat and creative. And if they update the game for Invasion 2, you're in the Fire Temple.
Yes, that's right.
Right?
That's right.
And you walk around that and you can see Sub-Zero, I don't know, trying to cook over an open flame and it's not working.
And is it just me, but did it feel like Johnny Cage was the lead role? I know it's funny to say.
I did not get that.
No, because Invasion is all about him and his house.
Yes.
Right? Johnny Cage, in the main story, of course he's hilarious. He's my favourite character, and we'll probably go a little bit into... I don't want to spoil it for other people who play. But there was one bit where... oh God, I don't know names.
Oh no, come on, I know. We played this game for a week and I'm pretty sure I've got all of them.
Okay, the weird fiery god guy.
Liu Kang.
Thank you. Who, like I said, this was a big one for me. I remember Liu Kang, and the start of this game kind of suggests that he was omnipotent, that he created life. I was like, whoa, since when I didn't know he was a god. He was a godly type figure, but damn.
All of that gets explained at the end of the game.
Yeah, it does.
So yeah, I think we shouldn't spoil for anyone wanting to play this game because it's brand new.
He says that Johnny Cage has a big role to play at the end. Like, when they're saying they kept doubting him and saying, should he be along and stuff like that. I'm not going to put to the mini spoilers there. And then he says, no, Johnny Cage is going to make a big decision. He's got a lot to play.
He says because Johnny Cage, even though he doesn't know it yet, he's a hero.
Yeah, and I for some reason, maybe it was just my love and the fact that he's in the invasion part, and he narrates a lot of the stuff, the gentleman who voice acts for him. I just thought, for some reason, I felt that this was Johnny Cage-centered. A lot of the narrative and which I'm not moaning about, because he was still, for my opinion, the best character. I know, who did you enjoy the most, character-wise, narratively?
My favorite, I enjoyed Liu Kang. I also enjoyed the friendly rivalry between Kung Lao and Raiden.
Okay,
but
yes, yeah.
I think up until... I also really enjoyed Melina. I enjoyed her arc. What?
Is Melina a princess?
Yes.
Okay.
The one with the purple clothes.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
And everything going on with her.
Mm-hmm.
I enjoyed Reptile. My favorite out of everyone, I only realized this last night, almost when I ended the game. My favorite character from this entire game is definitely Shang Tsung. You know Shang Tsung.
The bad guy.
Yes!
Hey, sorry, it took me a while. It took me 1 second there. Yeah, okay, that's
true. He's so
true.
deliciously despicable.
Yeah, that's right.
His face, his swagger, everything. It's so... Even his voice acting.
No, I agree.
It's perfect.
That was excellently done.
So good.
No, that's true. He did play what I have to say, the villain. He's obviously the villain from the beginning. But he does play that very well, and it is built... His characterization and stuff is excellent in that regard. Like I said, the story mode was like watching a movie. It generally did have movie vibes, the whole bit. The whole cutscenes between scenes, the whole...
It was very cinematic.
Yeah, and that shocked me. That makes me want to pick up new fighting games, because I didn't know that was a thing. I didn't know they're actually doing fully fleshed out stories now that are actually quite engaging and stuff.
Is it though? Are all fighting games? I don't know, because I think this game, right, Mortal Kombat 1, it's a momentous occasion because it's the first time Mortal Kombat's being rebooted ever.
Yeah,
and it's one of the first games. And it's got Warner Brothers Entertainment money behind it.
Oh, of course, yeah, like quite a substantial budget.
Exactly.
Yeah, no doubt,
I don't think all the other fighting games have got this amount of support behind it. Maybe Tekken 8, right?
Yeah.
Street Fighter 6 for sure.
So now the Street Fighter games have story modes like this. I don't know, like because
yes, but they're much more. They're much more. I'm not going to say goofy, but they take themselves way less seriously than Mortal Kombat does. This game takes itself very seriously.
Oh yeah, but it's got to some degree. Sorry, because of the 18 rating, right? This game is mature. Let's put it that way.
Oh, definitely.
Like, damn, definitely. Like, whoa.
Have you got some of those fatalities?
I have. And yeah, a hot take, right? Yeah. I don't like them.
Are they too much?
They're too much.
They are too. I don't. Are we just getting old? Because they are too much.
Yes, they are. I want to go to the visual effects people and just say, "Are you okay? Do you?
It's
who
brilliant.
hurt you?"
This is. They definitely excelled at what they were supposed to do, but I think I'm getting a Jeff Goldblum quote from Jurassic Park. We were so hung up on whether or not we didn't ask ourselves whether or not we should.
Yeah, that's exactly right. It's like
I haven't seen that movie, by the way.
No, I'm not surprised, but well done. That was impressive. Nobody would know that you hadn't.
Yeah.
Should we jump into visuals then, or have you got anything narratively to say?
I think the only thing I'd want to say about narrative before we move on is I was very surprised by how good it is, the production value, that they managed to include the entire cast.
What?
Because it's difficult to make a story with 15, 20 characters and include them all and have them all important to a degree.
This is what bugs me a bit, because you say every cast. Now, this is my fanboyism.
Yeah.
The cast is supposed to be Johnny Cage, Liu Kang, I don't know, and Sonya.
Oh,
Sonya.
Of course.
I remember the game. The music
Sonya.
always used to say, well, I don't understand why Sonya was left out.
Yeah,
I know she was a cameo or a side character.
I remember. So there are mainstay cast members like Raiden, Liu Kang, Shang Tsung, but there are definitely some characters missing.
Yeah,
right, like Sonya and Jax and Kano.
Yeah. Now they could be your partners when you're like climbing the tower and stuff like that.
But
I'm guessing you might have been able to unlock them, but that slightly bugged me because you've always had Sonya. Sonya's always been in the Mortal Kombat games. She's in the movies. She's the lead, one of the lead characters. Even in the latest movie, the Mortal Kombat new movie that redone, she was one of the people. I just found it weird that the Sonya wasn't one of the main storyline characters in this one.
Maybe they decided to have the cast a tiny bit smaller so they could all get a bit more development, right? Maybe if they cut 2 characters, everyone else gets an extra 2 special moves. I don't know, something like that.
I've got a slight feeling there's DLC on its way. And that was going to have it's going to have Sonya, it's going to have robot guy. I don't know. I can picture them.
Kano, those are the 2 robot.
Yeah, that's right.
Robot guys.
Yeah, and I feel like that's the thing. I don't know, maybe it was unlockable and we didn't get there. I still had like 12, 15 hours into the game and I didn't see. Now, of course, I didn't do all the towers, and of course, there's a massive grinding aspect to Invasion. So maybe they're there.
Yes.
But it annoyed me that it wasn't part of the story. Only slightly. But I wanted Sonya. I wanted my old chums back from my teenage days.
Of course, those old classics.
Yeah, exactly.
But I mean, you got most of them. You've got Sub-Zero and Scorpion.
True. Yeah.
Liu Kang, Raiden, all those regulars. They were
Yes,
there.
that
changed
was fun.
A slight bit.
Yes. But either way, should we jump into the visuals then?
To visuals. Let's do it. Wow. Visuals. This could just be because we're not used to playing new games on the show, but
yeah, that's true. Yeah, we're just coming off like World Ends With You and Shenmue. Now everything looks so shiny and brand new.
Shenmue. This game looks incredible. The cinematics for the story mode look great, but even just the levels, the stages you play on, goodness.
That's what, like I said, I loved that beautiful transition between the cinematics and then the fighting. Where you get into position fundamentally like 30 feet apart, and then all of a sudden it's the fight mode. And I love even the things that you knocked over in the CG moments are actually knocked over on the fighting stage too.
So cool. Cool.
The graphics in this game are so good, and like we were pointing out earlier, it just made the fatalities so much worse. Like, I was like, whoa, come on. Like,
that's excessive.
It's
that
like
is excessive.
It was like did you notice that I made me laugh in the beginning of the story when Luke, who's the godlike, is that Liu Kang or
Liu Kang? Yes,
is saying don't worry, in the history of Mortal Kombat no one's died, and I'm there, what? I've seen the fatalities. Like that can't be true. Fatalities.
Of course it's true. This is a new timeline. There hasn't been a Mortal Kombat yet.
So yeah. Oh no. Ray, they did say there were in the past.
So it's a funny play on words. Yes. There's been the tournament.
Okay, yeah.
But it's only been that. It's never been the previous 11 games.
Okay,
they don't technically exist.
But the visual effects, like I was playing, I didn't even know this was a thing. There's a brutality, right? As well as fatalities.
I don't get the difference.
Well, I was just playing, I don't know, one of the tower things, fighting around, trying to get my combos off and failing. I was winning, and then out of nowhere, you know that gritty uppercut that's in all Mortal Kombat games, which I'm glad they left in here. You know, it's that they crouch down and they do this big uppercut.
Yeah, I think that's Scorpion's one. He uppercuts and then their head and spine goes flying.
Yeah, I did that randomly and the guy's head fell off. And I was like, what?
Whoa.
I didn't mean that. What? I was just doing the level. I didn't even know what I did wrong. But
like at the end of a fight or in the middle of a fight?
He had a very small amount of life left. So he was supposed to then get knocked out and do that standing up wiggle thing when then you do the fatality. But this one just ended with me knocking his head off his shoulders, and I was like, what? Damn! And the fatalities were just so brutal.
They really were. I think. I mean, it's difficult because you're right. They are just too much.
So
imaginative. When we got this game, quick disclaimer, when we got this game, I had a head cold and it made me dizzy and lightheaded. And when I started playing this game, I had to stop because this game actually physically made me nauseous.
Yeah, well, yeah, it's that.
I had to stop. Of course, the week I've got a head cold, we've got Mortal Kombat to review. But I couldn't do it. It made me nauseous physically.
No, you need to have a strong constitution, no doubt. Like, some of them just started off so like, oh, I get it. And then I'm like, whoa. And then I'm like, what? Whoa. Okay, slow down. He's dead.
He's
what?
Dead.
Like,
he's
come on.
Dead. There's one. I'm sure you saw Johnny Cage's one where he kicks the opponent into his car. They fall out, and then he cuts them in half with the car door.
Yeah, I know. It's such I don't.
And then the car drives off with half of the body trailing afterwards because the intestines are stuck in the car door.
It's such a horrible sentence. And I just... Don't get me wrong, we all know that Mortal Kombat is known for fatalities.
Yes, that is the point.
Yeah, and I get that you've got to try and one-up. I know we live in a world where you got to one-up each circumstance and make it worse and make it harsher. But there was what's the... Is it Shinui or something? Who's the Empress lady? The Empress lady.
Sindel.
Sindel, thank you. She does that one where she takes her hair, shoves it down their throat, dismembers them and then kind of uses them as like a hair puppet. And
yeah.
Where's it was so
it's
gross.
creative.
It is. It's
very creative.
They are very inventive. There is no doubt that every single one of them is shocking. Yeah. It's shocking to watch.
Yeah, and by this point, you should know, if you're playing Mortal Kombat, you can't be shocked that it's gruesome and violent.
Yeah, that's very true.
You can't be shocked. It's Mortal Kombat. This is what it has been. That's like watching a Saw movie.
Yeah, exactly right.
You know what you're in.
Exactly.
For.
But there was also like a weird. I'm probably going off visuals a bit now. There's a psychopathy where they give you the greatest points. Later on in the game, when you're doing the tower mode and the invasion mode, you get scored, right? And the best scores you get are when you perform the fatalities and the brutalities. They get you like 50,000 points. So
they're rewarding you.
Yeah, they're rewarding you for being brutal and fatal, I suppose. It seems. I don't know.
Again, this is Mortal Kombat.
It is. That's true.
Don't play Mortal Kombat then.
Yeah, no, very true. That is very true.
You can very easily just go play Street Fighter.
Yes, that's true.
Or Fighter Z. Or even Smash Bros. If you're into that. But again, we can't play GTA and then be mad at GTA for being GTA.
And granted, have you ever heard of a babality? Are you old enough to?
Unfortunately, I have heard of babality.
I was why did they leave those out? That would have been hilarious.
It would have been.
I used to love the babality.
It's the weirdest thing.
It really was. Weird. It was the weirdest.
It's weird. Fatalities. I get the appeal. I don't. It's not for me, but I get the appeal of a fatality and a brutality. But who's a babality for? Who really know. Is this?
I don't know.
What's going on?
It is a very niche market in some regard, but yeah, I get that. But I also liked what are the team up attack things called? Like, you know when you're low on health and you can perform a
fatal blow.
Those were cool.
Yes,
I really liked those. I really liked. Some of them were a tad too graphic again, but I did like how you have a get out of jail free card to use like once if you manage to pull it off, and the teamwork of your companion or your tag team partner, so to speak, that comes in to help you, and those are even seamlessly put together. I thought those were some of the highlights for me because they were really well made.
Zero sense. Scorpion's knife is obliterating your neck.
Yeah, I know,
it's gone. It doesn't exist anymore.
Right.
It's just a hole of jelly. Oh, but you're standing up and fighting.
Yeah, there were so many stabs through the top of the head, like with knives and blades and stuff, and then you're like, "Whoa!"
But it is
that lowered me by 60% health. Huh?
Okay, let's fight.
Let's continue. Yeah, that's right.
It's just a lot of fun, and it looks cool.
It is a very pretty game, and one of the things I also kind of like. I'm one of those people that it's aimed at is when you get the assets. You know, you can unlock pictures and the assets and stuff like that.
Oh, yes.
Those and the figurines and the character models and stuff, those are really cool to look at later on.
Ooh.
Because the character detail models is insane.
It really is insane. But they know they've got a cast of 20 characters. They need to put a lot of effort into each and every one. These character models look so cool. They were designed so well.
They really did. You know, God, I'm going to get his name wrong. Who was the bad guy again?
Shang Tsung.
He had, later on, or during the story, he has, like, poisonous blades on his knuckles as he fights.
Yes.
You know, they have liquid dynamics as they go through it. As he lifts his hands up, the water goes to the bottom, and when it goes to the side, it moves. Yep. And when he moves his hand... So they're actually graphically moving that liquid as and in his cutscenes and the fights. Oh no, this game is pretty.
That at all.
This game is very pretty. The only little thing, and I'm being very fussy now, the reflection in Johnny Cage's sunglasses when he puts them on. There isn't one. I know. I'm being very fussy.
So
there.
tiny.
I am. I'm being so fussy. But yeah, I did notice that. But this game is a visual treat. That they really do.
Definitely.
Up it.
Did you know Sorry, yeah.
No, go on. You go on. I'm with you.
Did you know the model and voice? Do you know who the model and voice actor for Nitara is?
Yeah, you're gonna tell me it's Megan Fox, right?
It is Megan Fox.
Yeah, I saw all the memes and just yeah.
I think it's cool. I think I'm one of the few who think, oh yeah, it's so cool.
Really? Okay.
Yes, I think so.
Is it so cool that you now have a medium of which you can just beat up Megan Fox? Because then I'm kind of on board. Or you just think it's cool that... No, sorry, I'm not advocating for beating up women. It's just I don't like Megan Fox as a person.
I get that. I totally get that. No, I just think it's fun. Okay, sue me. I think it's fun.
I must admit, she wasn't the greatest voice actress.
No, she definitely was not.
Like from a long shot, and it took me a while to realize which one she was because I thought she was one of the princesses.
One of the princesses.
Yeah, I was listening for ages. Like, no, that's not her, and then of course, I don't know, was she a vampire? Some sort of
yes. Nitara is this vampire demon lady with wings, and it's cool.
No. Again, these are a lot of people I didn't even know. I can't remember a vampire demon lady with wings in Mortal Kombat that I played, and they did a slight story with her. It's not the biggest, is it? Just that she was fed up with Earthrealm or other realm being in control and stuff. And have you played?
Oh yes, that's right.
Have you played Dragon Age?
Dragon Age.
Yes, Dragon Age.
BioWare's Dragon Age. I've tried.
So you don't know what Quinari is?
No.
Okay, I'm just making sure I'm saying the name right. They were big horned race. You could play them in Dragon Age 2. These big muscular horn race people, and I just thought that's what it reminded me the big guy with the axe. I don't know.
Shao Kahn, General Shao.
Yeah, he was a Quinari. I swear to you. Instantly, as soon as I saw it, he was almost the exact build I made in Dragon Age Inquisition.
That's cool.
I was
like,
cool.
Whoa. Although Shao Kahn has been like that since the start, right?
That's very true. Yes. And
Shao Kahn predates.
Yes, maybe he was the first Quinari. So it's just a weird crossover thing I noticed when I was playing.
That is cool.
I couldn't notice that he looked like a Quinari.
Although I think what predates Quinari and Shao Kahn are tieflings from D&D.
Yeah. What's that?
Which are also horned devil people.
Okay. So this. Okay, we're flexing now. So
Quinaris
are all just coming back to D&D, are they?
It all comes back to D&D. It all comes back to D&D.
And also, this is going to sound very petty, but visual delight for me was they used K's instead of C's.
Oh yeah, that's different. I like that.
It's so silly. It's so
silly, but it's so... I'm going to say it again. It's so much fun.
I know.
And I like it.
It's so on everything. On the subtitles, in the menus, in the...
So much fun.
Yeah,
the currency is okay.
Yeah,
the coins are okay.
That's right.
Do you want to continue? That's okay.
That's right.
It's a lot of fun.
The K-lection? Yeah, no, I liked it. Visually, this is very pretty. But they also know what they're doing. NetherRealm's Injustice games were always quite good looking, even on older software. And hardware.
Exactly.
Sorry.
And all the Mortal Kombat games, they've gotten this down to a T. Even the sound design, all these punches not only look good, but they sound meaty, and you can hear bones breaking. The sound design for this game is good. But the voice acting was all right, but I was more impressed by the sound design.
The sound design, like you said, and what I liked about it, I may be wrong, is that they sound like they've actually polished up the old sound effects. They haven't made new ones. They've polished up the old ones, because there's... I know it's weird to say that uppercut, which is very symbolic. Everybody used to use it in the arcade versions. I swear it's the exact same noise. It's just now, high def. It's grittier. It's more impactful. Yeah. It's like the Indiana Jones punch. That's more like a whip. I heard that uppercut and I thought that's exactly the same one. It's the same noise, just redone. And like you said, the sound design. is amazing, particularly a bit eerie in the fatality, brutality bits as well. But everything about... Well, granted, you're audio man. I can't say, how was the music? Again, something I always skip on was the music.
The music was good. The music was... it was serviceable. Right? It definitely helped with everything that was going on in the story. But the best parts in the story was when they omitted music. And I'm so happy that they realized that they should do that.
The sound of silence, right?
Exactly. There are fight scenes or there's a stare down scene, and it would be so much better if there was no music. And it definitely is.
Yeah, no, I agree.
So much better.
We discussed that on many a time where it's remarkable how much sound engineering is also realizing when not to do sound engineering. It's just to leave the voice actors or to leave silence. But like you said, the voice acting was...
Not good.
Yeah, okay, right? I'm not insane. Yeah. This isn't my expertise.
Okay. Not good. That's mean. I'm sorry. It's okay. The only really good voice actor for me was Shang Tsung.
I kind of like Raiden too. Because
Raiden as well.
He came through as like innocent and kind of easygoing.
Yeah.
I know his character model also had that type, but the voice. But I agree. Everything else was kind of okay. Like I said, I know that is mean. I guess we are again spoiled with all the other things and stuff that's out there. But there was no. Of course, I love Johnny Cage. I can't spoil all the one-liners he did. But just note that
many one-liners.
He did references from about 8 to 9 different movies that I noticed, which was, for me as a movie buff, so to speak, was so good.
There's even one that I got.
Yes.
That I would put money down you did not get.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay. I see. Now I'm intrigued.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say this on the podcast.
I don't say, because we really don't...
because that would be spoilery.
It would be so spoilery, because they're such a delight when they happen, or if you just watch the Johnny Cage segment when he's originally recruited, it's just so good. And
it really is. Although not so much the voice acting.
Yeah, it's really weird. It's really strange, because there's a detachment to it. There's really weird detachment.
There is, and I don't know if they care so much about the voice acting.
Yeah, no, I guess that's very true. It's not like fighting games are like prolific for their voice acting caliber or their pedigree.
Exactly. So it doesn't make that it doesn't matter that much.
That's true.
The game is awesome. The fighting feels great. The voice acting, it doesn't matter that it's okay. I mean, Scorpion, he's got a normal buff guy voice. Sub-Zero has got this.
Sub-Zero.
He's got this very obviously evil voice.
Yeah, it's one of those.
Behold.
Yeah, you speak like this. Yeah, we're gonna. You already know. Yeah, bad guy.
I've got this
right?
evil voice.
Yeah, that's right. You can't have a good guy sound like that. It's funny.
And then Scorpion just sounds like buff dude.
Yeah,
buff man.
That's true.
He gets cut. Oh.
And Smoke's just. I don't know if his name is Smoke. I call him.
It is Smoke.
And he's just like the little brother that's just trying to like fit in. Oh, I'm your brother too.
I'm here.
I'll help. No.
It's funny. It really is funny. And then the most iconic voice line from the entire series. What is it? You know what it is.
Well, there's actually...
It's one voice line that's been coming from the very first game.
I'm guessing you're going to say finish him.
No, I'm going to say get over here.
Oh, see, there's a few though. Yes,
you're right. Okay, there's a few. But even that, it's Scorpion that says that. Even that doesn't sound like Scorpion in the game.
It also didn't hit hard enough, did it?
No.
For me, that move, like you said, is so prolific that everything should have stopped, and it should have been the "get over here." You know,
exactly.
That's the way your goose pimples on your arm is supposed to happen.
Yes, and it doesn't even sound like his voice.
No, and there's supposed to be in the 1995 movie. The bad guy always used to say, "Your soul is mine." And I'm scared that didn't happen either in this, because that was so prolific for me. I was like, come on, you've got to say it once. This is all about souls.
You know what? I think it is all about souls. I think someone else might have said it. Maybe Quan Chi said it. I don't know. Or Ermac.
Yeah, like
one of the bad guys had to
I know
say.
this isn't really spoilery, but what I swear at one point one of the mages got attacked and then just lost his pigment for some reason. I lost what was going on. Like I thought he was dead and they won, and then there was a whole sequence, and then he lost all the pigment in his skin and he was still alive. I was like, what? What happened?
What happened? You're just white now.
Yeah, I don't really get. He didn't get any weaker. He didn't have less moves. He just put
is
Factor
white
50
now.
on. I was like, whoa, okay.
Wow.
I obviously missed that part.
It's very funny.
The sound was good. Visually,
the sound was good, but I think the best part of this entire game is what's gonna give it legs, and that's the gameplay.
Yeah, the gameplay is a lot there. Yeah, go on.
There's a lot could be the best. Be the best description of this, because you're right. There's a ton. There's a lot. Each character has pages and pages of movesets.
Yes, so much. But on that same way, it's also... I found... Well, I played the game through normal just because I wanted to get the story mode. I tell you, you probably did as well, right? You just played the normal mode.
Yes, just normal through the entire game.
It was accessible enough for someone who hasn't played those games that much to actually fight and have a bit of a challenge. I'd say it was a tad easy. Yes. Would you say the fighting was... Like, it didn't scale to be a lot harder?
Sometimes I would lose 2 times in a row. But other times I would just burn through stages.
Yeah, same. But I must admit, like with most games like this, you generally garner these little stories. There was one time when I was I got my ass handed to me. I don't know why. I just wasn't in the zone. I got so annoyed, and then the second round, I perfected him. Yeah, I did
wow.
And that's that's one thing with like fighting games and sport games when you have that dramatic comeback and you just feel I haven't had that in years. I haven't had that in years because it's been so long since I did a fighting game.
It is good. It's such a. I would unironically. I'm sitting on my own in my office, and each time I won someone, I just give them the middle finger.
Yeah, of course.
I'd actually give my television the middle finger when I won someone, like General Shao.
Yeah.
For no reason other than, that feels good.
And there's that weird bit because I loved playing Johnny Cage, and knowing that Johnny Cage was just human. And he's kicking the ass of like gods and
he's just a guy
and vampires,
he's just an actor,
and it just makes me go, take that. I just smacked you around, just normal human being.
Here you go, have a one-liner. Have another one-liner.
Yeah, exactly.
Speaking of these one-liners, some of them are great. After each and every fight in the story, your character would look down on the body you just pummeled and give a one-liner.
That's true.
But I think just about a handful of them were actually any good.
Yeah. I guess in theory, like one line making up has got to be relatively difficult. We should, I think so. It's like making cracker jokes. We all laugh at them because they're really bad, but it's not easy to make a bad cracker joke. You gotta...
like a slapstick joke.
Yeah, like a slapstick joke, yeah. But
I get it.
But anyway, gameplay-wise, I liked how it was... Granted, yes, I couldn't pull off half the moves just because down, left, or left, right, attack, and I don't know if I was supposed to be using the analog stick or the D-pad because it seemed to be easier on the D-pad to perform the moves, but I'm so used to using analog sticks, I'm like, I want to use analog sticks. And I couldn't block for damn, to be honest with you.
Really?
I could block, but every time I wanted to, I was already caught into a combo.
Oh, right,
so
okay.
I was like, I might as well just forget that. But I liked how easy and accessible and how you didn't have to be good at the game to be able to enjoy the fighting game.
No,
Don't get me wrong, I've got no chance in the multiplayer because the multiplayer...
no chance in hell. Me neither. I'm not touching the multiplayer.
The godlike powers all those people on the ranking systems in the multiplayer have are insane. Like, I don't know how they juggle up like a 70 combo, and
no, I can't do it.
If you get caught in it, yeah,
exactly. The skill ceiling for this game is insane. This is gonna be, they're gonna have this at Evo for a couple of years.
Yes, of course they are. Yeah, I agree.
I am not getting anywhere near that.
But like we were saying, gameplay-wise, there's the fighting. There's the unlocking each and individual story in the tower. There's upgrading your login, your PlayStation name, right?
Your account.
Yeah, your account. You get experience after every fight.
You level up your profile so that when someone plays online against you, they see, oh, this is a level 1 guy.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, time to beat someone up. Oh, you're a level 9 Elder God.
Yes.
That's not going to be a good time.
And the little things that there's so much. Like, each character has 35 levels that you can go through to unlock different cosmetic and...
Wait, what?
Did you not see that? When you're playing...
No, what's this?
When you're playing the tower...
Oh, Invasion, of course.
Tower and Invasion, those point systems go to
wow, I had no idea.
Leveling up of the characters. And there's 35 levels for each character.
For each.
I saw so much.
I saw there's an experience bar.
Yeah, right.
But I didn't click. Of course, those are levels, and of course,
so you
unlock stuff.
Oh, so your username unlocks slowly as you level up, like you said, and then underneath it, you've got the experience of the character you're playing, which
and
you can
the cameo.
Unlock. Yes, and the cameo. Yeah, but there's so much, I get it, because you've got to flesh out a game that's only 2D, 3D fighter. So you get these, and it unlocks some cool stuff. Some of it's cosmetic, some of it is new fatalities and stuff like that. So
yes.
Although so it's really okay stuff to unlock.
We'll get into this in value for money, but I do think you being able to unlock moves in a year or two, maybe not even a year or two, but in the near future, I'd not be surprised if you'll get a fatality bundle and you can buy 2 extra fatalities per character.
I agree.
And I don't like that, although we can talk about that in a bit.
But yeah, anyway, like I said, and the gameplay-wise, the tower system, you go, 6, 8, and 12, and then there's survival, which is a fairly common thing in fighting games, where you just keep
like
fighting.
An endless tower.
Yeah, you keep fighting until you run out of health, which of course, I guess you get that's the way how you grind experience level and stuff like that, and even if you're the collector, you got lots of just sets to collect. Like, there's a lot there. There's a lot more there than the games I used to play as a Mortal Kombat or Dead or Alive and things like that. There really is. Yeah. It's quite fleshed out gameplay-wise.
Definitely.
It's a kind of a loop, but it isn't a loop that ever caught me. It just did. I don't know if I'm too old. I just don't know if that's it or not.
No, I just think our tastes, what we enjoy in a video game differs now. Where you enjoy a heavily narrative game. Right, like a Final Fantasy or Persona. That's your vibe. I would like to go for an adventure, a heavily gameplay focused game like Elden Ring or Dark Souls. I just think our tastes differ from what people like Mortal Kombat like. But I do genuinely think that the gameplay loop for this game is so rock solid. If this is what you like, then holy shit, this is for you.
Yeah,
right. It's not. They didn't fumble the ball.
No, yeah.
It's just not for us.
Yeah, but I find it fascinating because like I said, as a child, I played was it Budokai 3? Tengenchi. I don't know.
Yes, Budokai Tenkaichi.
And I played that game so much that I played it on double Z difficulty, and I leveled up. Oh yeah, I leveled up all the characters, every single one of them, and the tournaments, and unlocked all the little move capsules and stuff like that. And I can remember as a teenager that I loved doing that. I loved doing that side. And this game's got all that in it. It's got all the unlock this and grab that and put it on harder.
Even the little stages you can traverse, like Cage's house or other places.
But it's fascinating to think that now, as I've matured, or like you say, tastes do change. I don't have that need anymore, and I often want fighting games seem to be able to push that button. And I swear it's a young thing because there's so many people I know that they enjoy fighting games, but they don't enjoy it as much anymore. And I know that your nephew he loves fighting games. Is it your nephew? I'm not very good with the family thing.
My brother-in-law.
Your brother-in-law, sorry. And he loves fighting games. And
he does.
I'm always that age thing. I don't know, maybe it's me. And I'm sure, like you said, there's loads of 30, 25, 30, 40-year-olds that love Mortal Kombat and play it competitively. But I'm always intrigued at the loops that's aimed at certain ages and stuff like that. It always has me pondering. Sorry, I know it doesn't really go much onto gameplay. There's lots of gameplay in this.
You're right. There is definitely a certain appeal for a certain type of person. And it tends to be younger people. I don't know why.
No, it's like I said, it always, those things I like to think about and I'm intrigued about. But I do like these games also have that mechanic of pulling off those moves that look, you know, when Johnny Cage, the only move I learned was like this weird kick where you could zoom across the screen. I don't know what they called it.
Oh, yeah,
a shadow kick or something. And of course, sorry, I just remembered the most prolific Johnny Cage move there is the split ball punch. Now, I don't know. Have you've not watched the movie, right?
No, and I also never pulled off that move.
No, that move. Oh god, in the movie, it's prolific. It's so big guy.
It's iconic, right?
Yeah, big guy with six arms or whatever. Big fight. Johnny was going to lose. He does the split ball punch, disables him, and then runs away and later kills the... I won't spoil it for you to watch the movie. But it's such a good scene, and be able to do that in the game as well, and just punch...
That is great. That does sound that does sound great.
And there was another little niche thing I remember seeing when you played... Okay, this is a tiny, tiny bit of a spoiler.
What?
Tiny. You can play the same characters against each other. So Johnny Cage versus Johnny Cage, which is very common in these games. It's not...
Yeah.
The banter between Johnny Cage and Johnny Cage is quite funny because he'll call the other one ugly and the other one will say, at least I'm not a bad actor. You know, there's weird little dialogue between the same people each time, which they've mixed up,
funny.
which I thought that was kind of cool. That was a nice little twist on things.
That is funny. But anyway, if the gameplay for this game, if you might be interested in a fighting game like this, then I think by this point you'd know.
Yeah. No,
you'd know if Mortal Kombat's for you and if you like that type of game. So go check it out. But do we have anything else for gameplay?
No, I'm fine.
Performance.
Well, I did. The only thing that happened once to me, and it's not really a performance issue, is that you know how you have to log into the server each time.
Yes,
with
the
most
games.
Server. Yeah, with most games, I randomly lost my connection halfway through for some reason. It wasn't the internet, but
that's odd.
Performance-wise, that's literally the only problem I had. It ran smooth. It saved well. Like I said, there wasn't any problems.
I didn't have any problems on my end either. And this is sad what I'm gonna say right now.
Yeah.
For a brand new game to not have any bugs or glitches is unfortunately remarkable.
Yeah, I had that same thought just the other day. How that's now a plus. That's now one of these. This is now something you grade. They've actually released a game that's not broken. Well done.
Yeah.
Claps.
Applause.
Yeah, it really is a weird
well
thing.
done. It's not falling apart.
Yeah. It's strange but true. That is the world we live in the game.
So the game runs fine. I didn't get any bugs or glitches.
We also might want to point out...
It's not like this is an open world 100-hour game.
We also have to point out this is for the PlayStation 5 because the Switch version is an insane mess.
Oh no.
The Nintendo Switch version is insane. Yeah, it's
really?
The hardware can't keep up.
Of course.
It's not really the Switch's fault. It's Warner Brothers thinking they could port it to it.
Because 100 million people have a Switch, right?
Yeah, exactly. The game's a mess. It is. The Switch version horrible. The PlayStation version is, like you said, it works very well.
Come on.
You should see.
The Switch is turning into that old lion in the circus.
Yes, that's right. Where
they're just whipping it and whipping it.
Yeah, it's really...
And making it jump through fiery hoops, and it just falls on its face each time.
It's a shame.
And they keep doing it because people keep buying tickets to the circus. Come on.
Yeah, I don't get this one. That feels like a money grab, because you should see I've seen a few memes and a few videos. It's not even like a little bit bad. It's just so bad. It is so bad. No. It's wrong. Okay, value for money. I know that you want to go on this one because I know what you're going to say.
So the value for money, I don't have any proof of this, but it seems like the game has been made for fatalities and brutalities and special moves and finishes, whatever, to be able to be unlocked, right?
Yes.
And that would be great.
Yes.
If Warner Brothers didn't have a track record for selling you things after the fact.
Yep.
Which is, it's so... if Gotham Knights wasn't what it is, right? If Suicide Squad isn't panning out
that's true. That doesn't look
into
great.
One of these live service games, I wouldn't be convinced that they're going to do the same thing for Mortal Kombat 1. In a month or two, we're going to get a pack that are going to sell fatalities. If it was just cosmetic, that's fine. And I'm sure there is an argument that fatalities are just cosmetic. You've already won the game. It's just a flashy move.
But
No, that's not okay. And I've got no proof. I'll say that again. I've got no proof that they're going to do that. There's just a lot of clues.
But
they are.
And the shrine?
Oh, wait, we've got currency with a K to buy coins with a K to burn up and unlock cosmetics with a K.
But yeah, I throughout the game, you do earn these coins very slowly. I might add. Slowly. I wonder if there's a reason for that. That there's a slow burn.
I was only able to ever unlock 3 things.
Yeah, I only did 5 and didn't get anything. I got common. That was it.
Yes, and it was artwork.
Yeah, exactly. But you can, like I said, it's that mechanic again where, oh no, you can earn the coins, but it will just take you 6 hours to earn enough to do one shrine.
Exactly. If you want to unlock everything, that's 60 years of fighting.
That's exactly.
You can do it.
But I wonder if there's a way that I could get coins faster.
Oh,
I wonder.
How? But how? Think with a K. How can we earn? Right. How can we earn more coins? I know. Let's go onto the eShop. Let's go onto the PlayStation Store. There you go. There's coins that you can buy with real money with a K.
Pay real money for digital things, just digital pictures, and like I said, it is the world we live in. But it is a bit upsetting. I'll give you that they pushed the button less hard compared to say Gotham Knights and stuff like that. Agreed. But the thing is they make too much money off it. I can't, from a business minded thing, I can't blame them. From a game minded thing, you're absolutely right. You're never going to be able to collect everything. It makes the whole achievement hunting or whatever you wanted, or you wanted this skin or the original Mortal Kombat skin for Raiden or something like that. It's so nearly impossible for you to do it.
Yes.
That's where they get you.
It takes away from the achievement of earning this unlockable to just spending money.
Yeah, it's we all know it, ladies and gents. I'm sure you've all heard about it. We all know the gacha system. It's big. It's a thing now. Loot boxes, all that. But also another thing that bugs me is that the shrine, you could still also just get the same thing you got before. So it's not
really?
It's not even saying, oh no, don't worry, that's now off the list. So if you got one pair of shoes, you still have the ability to gacha that same pair of shoes. So it's almost infinite. Oh no, and that just always takes the shine off something. But
it does. It really does.
But it works so well for them. Except for, did you read that? Who owns Fortnite? I can't think now. Is that Epic?
Epic Games.
Yeah, they're about to give one of the biggest refunds in history because it was too easy to buy items on their store or something. A bunch of kids bought, I don't know, kids, and they lost a court case, so they now have to refund a bunch of money.
Oh goodness!
Because their payment thing was too easy to do to get the V-Bucks or whatever the hell Fortnite does.
I get that.
They're refunding something like 156 million in the next week or so to everybody who was...
Great. They've got too much money anyway.
Yeah, they do have a ton, there's no doubt. But the idea that they have to put those... Fortnite, okay, is a different kettle of fish, but this game is fine as it is. This game... there's fleshed out, there's gameplay, it's stuff.
Let us be able to unlock the things.
And the grind is fine.
Can you imagine if you had to play hours upon hours in The Witcher 3 for one of those legendary alternate Witcher outfits?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
And by the time you got one, you would be prompted, here's the legendary outfit, but you can instantly get a legendary plus outfit if you pay $10.
That's exactly it. And
that's a slap in the face.
Yeah, exactly.
And I don't want to... I want to continue praising this game. I don't want to continue talking smack about the monetization.
I can remember as a lad. Do you know the game SSX Tricky? The snowboarding game?
Yes, the snowboarding game.
As a lad, there was things you could unlock the Uber board and the Uber outfit. And the way you did it was actually just pulling off all their snowboard moves.
Cool,
right?
very
flawlessly. Cool. And I remember earning that. I remember being Simon. I love Simon because he was a psychopath and he used to quote Shakespeare whilst he wrote his snowboard. And I remember the achievement of unlocking it. And the achievement was worthwhile because you also learned all his moves. That was cool. And you could do that in this game. Learn all the moves, pull off all these things, and then but no, it's all like you said. I guess I'm being nostalgic and trying to go back to the old days because I preferred it. But I digress. Value for money wise, I rated it as kind of like a meh because there's lots there. But then after, like I said, I'm more narrative. There was a lot there, but a lot of it is then just grinding for cosmetics and set pieces. And not. That said, I will give them the credit. Like you said, invasions seem to change every, I don't know if it was a couple of months or something.
Yeah, it seems like they've got seasons. Yeah. And if they're just free updates to the game, that's amazing. That's fantastic.
Yeah, that's cool. Really that means you're getting your bang for your buck. So you just wait until the next one. You got a new story, new like playboard to go through. That I like. That I think is a really cool idea. It keeps the game alive. It keeps it more...
Is it going to be free though?
I bet you aspects will be, and then other aspects won't. I don't know. I hope so, but I understand.
I hope so too. Yeah. I've got faith. I rated value for money a bit higher because I think the gameplay loop that they've made with this game is it can last years.
Yes, I agree.
The gameplay loop they've made with this game, it's got legs. It's if you buy this and it's your thing, holy crap, man, it's gonna last.
No, this has got to be. Even I don't play them a lot. This has got to be the best one on the market at the moment. I know we got Dragon Ball Z and
fighting games.
Yeah, this fighting game is excellent.
I don't know. I think this year for fighting games have been great because we got Street Fighter 6.
Yeah, we did.
Which I think would be the biggest contender for Mortal Kombat 1. Street Fighter 6, Mortal Kombat 1. We're even getting Tekken 8.
That's right. Yeah, we've all seen the videos recently. Looks very pretty.
And they're busy teasing Tenkaichi Budokai 4.
Right. Yeah, that's right.
There's a lot of fighting games coming up. Fighting game fans are eating good.
Yeah, they're doing well. And like I say, I look forward to hearing and seeing the esports scene because that's super skillful. Don't get me wrong, I'm never going to be that level, but even me looking at them play, thinking, "Whoa! Like, how did you even do that? Like,
how?
What?
Touch grass?
Yeah, like, come on, that's insane." But anyway, like I said, it is one of those things where it comes down to your type of game or not, yes or no. We've had the discussion before.
Yes.
Like I said, narratively, the story thing was great. But then after that, it kind of gets. It's better than other games, but it isn't as fun as I thought. That's why my value for money was a bit middly.
Mortal Kombat 1 is such a big surprise. I wasn't expecting to like this game so much. I know I was gonna like it, but I wasn't expecting it to like it as much as I did.
No, same because of like I said, fighting games have kind of gone off my radar. But I'm happy. Yes. I'm happy this came back on. This was a genuinely a shock to the system. I was like, "Whoa, is this what fighting games are like now?" Because, they're basically going to go back on my radar after playing this because this this was fleshed out. The story was fun. The story was really good. I really enjoyed it. The story aspect of this game.
Same.
Yeah, I can't believe I'm saying that for a fighting game, because the stories of fighting games were always so bad. They were so bad. They were just slapped together nonsense.
Yes.
This one is cohesive, and no, this is great. The story mode was a highlight, fundamentally, of my year so far.
It's making me think, was the previous Mortal Kombat game stories this good?
Could be.
Like, maybe not 6 or 7 and below, but the previous 4 entries, were their stories also good? Have we been missing out?
Yeah, I know what you mean. I think the same thing, but you'd have thought we'd know. Like
yes, you would.
The internet would be like, wow, the story of the new Mortal Kombat's amazing.
Everyone should play it.
Yeah, exactly. But this one was so good. It's
yes,
weird.
I liked it. I liked it a lot. I would play it again.
Yeah, same.
And I think what I also like is that it was on the shorter end.
Yes,
it was just one nice chunky punch.
Yeah, and it's got lots of replayability as well. The story.
Yes,
I won't say why, but it does have a ton of like replayability as to decisions and stuff you make. No, I loved it. I loved the story bit, and you're right. It's one of those great things where you can play for an hour or 2 hours, and then the next day, and you jump back in. And it's got the same energy. It's got the same level of intensity, and you go, "Whoa, what's next?" It's like picking up a series again, and then watching the next episode. No, it was great.
Yes.
Like really shockingly good.
So yeah, it's no surprise. We really like Mortal Kombat 1.
It's exactly, yeah. I was shocked.
Please go, if you can, want to, are able to, get this game, right? Support NetherRealms. They make good games. I would... How about we go on to the rating? I think that's what people are waiting for.
I'm sure.
We scored... Our scores for this game... How about this? Entered the Mortal Kombat tournament in the outer world and started fighting each other, right?
Nice.
With the tutelage of Liu Kang, Sindel, maybe even General Shao. The victor of this entire tournament was the later grade rating of B-, which is a great rating.
Yeah, and I
good game.
We actually scored it identically, just different categories, but our score for the game was identical.
Yeah.
Which, it just goes to show that, like, different point of views, you could still come out with, this game is great. B-,
yes,
like, for example, it is the same score we got, Borderlands 2, River City Girls, it's up there.
All good games.
And we're not fighting game enthusiasts. So for fighting game enthusiasts, this is massive. This is
exactly.
A+, right? Yeah,
exactly. If you are a fighting game enthusiast, can you imagine? This is an A+.
No, exactly. No, this really is the creme de la creme. I know that. Even you know that playing this game. You're like, we are kind of blown away, and it's not even our type of game.
Yes.
So this game for fighting, it's remarkable.
This game, if I could, I don't make the rules, so if I could, I would give this game a K+.
Nice. Yeah, no.
I
agree. I look forward to Mortal Kombat 2. It's weird to say that sentence because...
Mortal Kombat 2. Do you think it's going to be called 2?
Oh, I don't know. I'm in that middle where I kind of hope so I can actually keep track of it. But it's probably going to be called Mortal Kombat 1+1. Or I don't know.
Or Mortal Kombat K2.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it would be.
I don't know, something.
I don't know.
There's gonna be a letter.
Yeah, I get so tired with these new names of games. Just give me numbers. Give me
Mortal Kombat Series X.
Yeah, don't go there. I liked this game. There is a possibility they rename it something, and I'll miss the next one because I'm like, what the hell?
Because it's gonna be dumb.
Yeah,
please don't do that, Warner Brothers.
I hate those things. But yes, this is Mortal Kombat 1. Weird to say because Mortal Kombat 1 came out in like 1980 something, but this is now 1 again. It's a great game.
It's a great game.
Albeit, let's hope they don't. I look forward to hopefully Mortal Kombat 2. Just two.
Keep it easy.
Spell it with a K if you want to. Maybe Ku.
Mortal Kombat 2. Mortal Kombat 2 with a K.
Yeah, exactly. Perfect.
Something. I don't know. Anyway. Thanks again for Warner Brothers Entertainment and Gamefinity for sponsoring this game for this review. And thank you, our audience, for listening. If you'd be so kind to leave us a review on wherever you listen to your podcast, it would help us out a ton. You could follow us on our social media channels on Threads or Instagram, or you could shoot me an email at nick@criticalarcade.com.
And I'm Dave at criticalarcade.com. Sorry.
Besides for your email, Dave, where else can we follow you?
Well, strangely enough, due to the popularity of the podcast, I was actually given a new job down at NetherRealms and Warner Brothers.
Very interesting.
I have to develop 30 to 50 new fatalities. So,
no.
I'm going to be out and about, and this time I kind of want people to come find me, because then I have to use the things around me to perform a fatality on people. And that, that helps the inspiration side. So by all accounts, find me out there, but I am I'm manufacturing fatalities. I am working them out. I've got to go through the nitty-gritty of seeing if they're doable or not. So by all means.
Don't follow Dave.
No.
Come with me if you want to live. You could go. You could follow us. You rather support us on Patreon for exclusive content like a post show where we talk about the gaming industry, and Critical Cinema where we do this exact formula but for movies instead of games, which is a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And Dave, how about you tell us what have we got lined up for next week?
Next week, we've got another, I guess you still define it as a Japanese RPG to some degree.
Yeah.
Now listen carefully, Nathan. It's Neo, The World Ends With You. Not to be confused with The World Ends With You. Which...
Yes, two very different games.
Yeah, which is really strange, because they got the same name. But anyway, it's a relatively... new-ish. What was it? 2021? I suppose that's newish.
2021, that's right.
Japanese RPG, end of the world. You know the normal things. End of the world, anime girls and boys, and weird mechanics to try and save the world. I'm sure.
Yeah.
I've not even played it yet. I'm just sure that's what it's going to be, because it's a Japanese game. But I look forward to it.
Because we know what it's going to be.
The world will be in the hands
JRPG.
of teenagers. That's all you need to know.
Of course.
Saving the world universe will be in the hand of teenagers. But we look forward to it. It looks funky.
We do. We look forward to making this show each week. Definitely. Thank you for listening to this week's episode. We'll see you next week. Cheers.
Cheers.